Finally, here's our rendered graph. While the chart looks nice, it's difficult to get a precise understanding of the data at a glance. To make it clearer, we'll use our year, month, and KPI drop-down menus. Let's start with the year drop-down. We're currently viewing data for 2024. I'll change the year to 2023, then to 2022, and finally to 2021. Notice how the chart dynamically adjusts with each change. Now, let's test the month drop-down. Currently, all months is selected. I'll change it to January. We now see a column graph showing units sold, cost, sale, and profit for January 2021. Changing the month to February updates the graph to show the same metrics for February 2021. Once again, I am selecting the option All Months. Next, we'll use the KPI drop-downs. All KPIs are currently active. Let's say we want to see only units sold for 2021. We select No for cost, sale, and profit in their respective drop-downs. The chart now displays only units sold for 2021. Suppose we want to see only cost for 2022. We change the year to 2022, select cost, and select No for units sold. The chart now shows only cost for 2022. To see only sale for 2023, we change the year to 2023, select sale, and select No for cost. The chart displays only sale for 2023. Finally, to see only profit for 2024, we change the year to 2024, select profit, and select No for sale. The chart now shows only profit for 2024. As you can see, we can view each KPI individually or in combination. This is the power of a dynamic KPI dashboard. Let knowledge flow like a river, without any hindrance. Don't make it like a stagnant pool. Hey everyone, PS Chatterjee here, and welcome back to my channel. Want to take your Excel skills to the next level? In part 3 of our dynamic KPI dashboard series, we're tackling interactive dashboards using the dynamic duo of if and HLOOKUP functions. This is the third hands-on Excel project in the series, designed to help you build practical skills. We'll be using the same data tables as parts 1 and 2, but this time, we're streamlining our approach. Forget separate codes for month, units sold, cost, sales, and profit. We'll leverage defined names and the value and mid functions within our HLOOKUP formulas. This creates a more concise and powerful dashboard. This video will demonstrate how to construct more complex logical formulas, deepening your understanding of Excel and giving you a competitive edge. Familiarity with Excel basics like if functions, conditional formatting, cell formatting, drop-down menus, defined names, and HLOOKUP is recommended. Need a refresher? Links to my previous tutorials are waiting for you in the description. If you find this helpful, please show your support by liking, subscribing, sharing, and leaving a comment. I appreciate all feedback. And don't forget to ring the notification bell so you're alerted to new videos. Let's get started and explore part 3, Dynamic KPI Dashboards, using if and HLOOKUP to power dynamic sales. Now, we're looking at the same sheet titled Sales Report. The name of this Excel sheet is Chart. In the top left corner, cell B1, there's a drop-down menu to select the year, ranging from 2021 to 2024. The label, Year, is a result of cell formatting. The currently selected year is 2024, and this cell is named Year using Excel's Define Name feature. Just beside this, in cell C1, we are seeing a newly introduced drop-down menu titled Formulas in Cells. To watch the cell formulas clearly, I have developed this using a dynamic photo changer, for demonstration purposes. In my previous video, I used cells A3 to A14 for month codes. In this table, they are blank. Another visible difference, I have deleted row 3. Previously, there were units sold, cost, sale, and profit codes below these 4 drop-down menus. Using Define Name, I have named these 4 drop-down menus as follows: unit _ sold, cost, sale, and profit. In these drop-down menus, we have 2 options, heading and no. These headings are the KPIs. By selecting heading, we instruct Excel that we are interested in viewing this KPI. By selecting no, we instruct Excel that we are not interested in viewing this KPI. Now, I am selecting B3 from the Formulas in Cells drop-down menu, and we are seeing the formula that I typed in cell B3, equals if, open parenthesis, or, open parenthesis, $B$2 equals within quotation, January, comma, $B$2 equals within quotation, all months, close parenthesis, comma, within quotation, 01 January, comma, blank quotation, close parenthesis. In simple words, we are instructing Excel, if we select the month January or all months, then write in cell B3, 01 January. Now, I am selecting B4 from the Formulas in Cells drop-down menu, and we are seeing the formula that I typed in cell B4, equals if, open parenthesis, or, open parenthesis, $B$2 equals within quotation, February, comma, $B$2 equals within quotation, all months, close parenthesis, comma, within quotation, 02 February, comma, blank quotation, close parenthesis. In simple words, we are instructing Excel, if we select the month February or all months, then write in cell B4, 02 February. Now, I am selecting B5 from the Formulas in Cells drop-down menu, and we are seeing the formula that I typed in cell B5, equals if, open parenthesis, or, open parenthesis, $B$2 equals within quotation, March, comma, $B$2 equals within quotation, all months, close parenthesis, comma, within quotation, 03 March, comma, blank quotation, close parenthesis. In simple words, we are instructing Excel, if we select the month March or all months, then write in cell B5, 03 March. We have to repeat this process up to cell B14 or month December. Here, the numbers tagged before each month are in text format, and we will extract the month code from this directly in the HLOOKUP formula by using the Excel functions value and mid together. Now, let's switch to the data sheet. Now, we are on the data sheet. Here, we have 4 identically structured tables: sales report for the year 2024, sales report for the year 2023, sales report for the year 2022, and sales report for the year 2021. We're currently viewing the 2024 report. Notice the title bar and the grand total row at the bottom of this table. They're uniquely conditional formatted with a green fill. This visual cue confirms that 2024 is the currently selected year, as also reflected on our chart sheet. We are also seeing columns with headings: units sold, cost, sale, and profit. Now look at the 2023, 2022, and 2021 tables. These column headings are not visible. This is because, in the units sold column, I have typed equals if, open parenthesis, year equals 2024, comma, within quotation, units sold, comma, blank quotation, close parenthesis. In simple words, we are instructing Excel: if we select the year 2024, then write in the cell units sold, otherwise, keep the cell blank. For the next column, just copy the formula and change from units sold to cost with dollar within brackets. Repeat the process for the next column. Now, select the 4 cells and paste them into the year 2023, and in the formula, just change the year from 2024 to 2023 in all cells. Repeat the process until 2021. In the HLOOKUP formula, we are going to use these column headers as lookup values. Now, look at the table. In the HLOOKUP formula, we have to input the table array. Here, the table array cell reference will be A2, cell with heading months, to the last cell of the sales report for 2021, which is cell Q15, last cell in the grand total row. In row 15, the grand total row, we'll calculate our totals. In cell C15, enter equals sum, open parenthesis, C3 colon C14, close parenthesis. Copy cell C15, select pest special, and paste formula into the remaining cells in this row from D15 to Q15. These formulas will calculate the grand totals for units sold, cost, sale, and profit, respectively for the respective year. Our goal is to extract and analyze key data points from these tables to identify and evaluate critical key performance indicators, or KPIs. Now, let's move over to the chart sheet. Now, we have re-entered the chart sheet, and first, we will see the formulas in cells of row 15. To do that, I am selecting from the drop-down menu, C15 to E15, and we are seeing the formulas that I have typed here. They are the same as the grand total formulas of the data table in the data sheet. By selecting the first 4 formulas of the grand totals, select copy, then paste special formula to the cell C15 to F15, and to lock the cell references, use the F4 key. Now, we will take a look at the formulas in cells C16 to F16. This row I have developed to check the differences in the grand total of the data that I have transferred to this chart sheet from the data sheet. If this result shows 0, then we can say we have transferred the correct data. Now, I am selecting from the drop-down menu, C16 first, and we are seeing the formula in cell C16, equals if, open parenthesis, n, open parenthesis, $B$2 equals within quotation, all months, comma, C2 equals unit underscore sold, close parenthesis, comma, HLOOKUP, open parenthesis, unit underscore sold, comma, data, $A$2 colon, $Q $15, comma, open parenthesis, value, open parenthesis, mid, open parenthesis, B16, comma, 1, comma, 2, close parenthesis, plus 1, close parenthesis, comma, 0, close parenthesis, minus. C15, blank quotation, close parenthesis. In simple words, this formula checks two things. First, if the selected month is all months. Second, if the current KPI we're looking at is units sold. Only if both of those things are true does the formula do a calculation. That calculation uses the HLOOKUP function. Think of HLOOKUP like looking up a value in a table. In this case, we're looking up units sold in our data sheet, in a table that covers all the years. The tricky part is figuring out which row of our data table to look in. We do this using the mid and value functions. The mid function grabs the first two characters from cell B16. Now, B16 contains a code that represents the month. For example, it might contain 12 for December or 13 for all months. The value function then turns those two characters into a number. So, 12 becomes the number 12, and 13 becomes the number 13. We add 1 to this number because of how our data is organized on the data sheet. The grand total row for each year is located at the 14th row of the table. Since our codes in B16 correspond to the row number before the grand total row, we add 1 to get the correct row for the grand total. For example, if B16 contains 12, December, value, 12, gives us 12. We add 1, making it 13. Then, when B16 is 13, all months, value, 13, gives us 13. We add 1, making it 14. This 14 correctly points to the grand total row in our selected data table. So, by using mid and value and adding 1, we dynamically determine the correct row number for our HLOOKUP to find the grand total for the selected month or for all months. So, HLOOKUP finds the units sold column and then goes down to the correct year's row to get the value. Finally, we subtract the grand total for units sold, from cell C15, from that value. This gives us the monthly units sold value, excluding the grand total. The formulas in cells D16, E16, and F16 are all variations of the same basic structure. The key differences are: D16 looks up cost, since C2 contains cost. E16 looks up sale, since C2 contains sale. F16 looks up profit, since C2 contains profit. In essence, the formula dynamically selects the data to retrieve, cost, sale, or profit, based on the value in cell C2. Otherwise, the structure of the HLOOKUP and subtraction from the grand total remains the same across these three cells. Now, we need to dynamically transfer data from the data sheet to this chart sheet, populating cells C3 through F14 based on the year, month, and KPI, units sold, cost, sale, and profit. We'll again use the Excel functions if, value, mid, and HLOOKUP. I'm selecting the formula for cell C3 from the drop-down menu, and instead of retyping, I'll copy the C3 formula, which I typed earlier, to avoid errors, and paste it into C3. Here it is, equals if, open parenthesis, or, open parenthesis, $B3 equals blank quotation comma, unit underscore sold equals within quotation no, close parenthesis, comma, blank quotation comma, HLOOKUP, open parenthesis unit underscore sold comma, data, $A, $2, Q, $15, comma, open parenthesis, value, open parenthesis, mid, open parenthesis, $B3, comma, 1, comma, 2, close parenthesis plus 1, close parenthesis comma 0, close parenthesis. In simple words, the meaning of this formula is, if, either the cell B3, containing the selected month, is blank or the named range unit underscore sold is equal to no, then return a blank value, else perform the HLOOKUP. The HLOOKUP searches for unit underscore sold within the data range on the data sheet, A2Q15. It uses the month in B3 to determine the row. The mid function extracts the first two characters from the month in B3 and converts them to a number, used as the row index for HLOOKUP. Finally, it retrieves the value. We see the total units sold for January 2024 is 54,725 numbers, matching the data sheet. I'm selecting the formula for cell D3 from the drop-down menu, and instead of retyping, now, I'll copy C3 by dragging it to D3. Here, we change the references from unit underscore sold to cost twice. Select unit underscore sold, then select the column heading cost twice. Cell D3 is ready. Now, notice the only differences in this formula are the lookup values. Here it is cost instead of unit underscore sold. We see the cost for January 2024 is $547,250, matching the data sheet. I'm selecting the formula for cell E3 from the drop-down menu, and instead of retyping, now, I'll copy C3 by dragging it to D3. Here, we change the references from cost to sale twice. Select cost, then select the column heading sale twice. Cell E3 is ready. The sale for January 2024 is $3,009,875. Matching the data sheet. And changing it from E3 to F3 changes the lookup value to profit. I'm selecting the formula for cell E3 from the drop-down menu, and instead of retyping, finally, I'll copy E3 by dragging it to F3. Here, we change the references from sale to profit twice. Select sale, then select the column heading profit twice. Cell F3 is ready. Cell F3 shows the profit for January 2024 as $2,462,625, which again matches our data sheet. This confirms we're on the right track. We've completed about 90% of the task. The remaining steps are to populate the rest of the cells, perform a final check, and create a column chart from this data. Before populating these four formulas into cells C4 through F14, let's examine the formulas in C3, D3, E3, or F3. I'll use F3 as an example. We see $B3 twice, once within the OR function and again within the HLOOKUP function, specifically with the mid function. This $B3 is a mixed reference. For those unfamiliar, this means when we copy the formula, column B remains fixed, while the row number, 3, adjusts. The 3 is a relative reference. For example, copying the formula from C3 to C4 automatically changes the reference from $B3 to $B4, effectively moving us down to February. I'll now remove the photo display from this sheet. Next, I'll select the formulas in C3 through F3, copy them, select cells C4 through F14, and use Paste Special to paste only the formulas. Our data table is now populated. Notice the bottom row, difference in grand total. Each column's difference is 0, and the cells are green. This indicates that the sum of each column in this table matches the sum of the corresponding columns in the data sheet. This confirms our data extraction is perfect. The difference in grand total row 13, is now unnecessary, so we can delete it. Now, I'll select No for each KPI. Units sold equals no. Cost equals no. Sale equals no. And profit equals no. As you can see, we now have a blank table, further proof of our successful setup. Finally, I'll use the undo option to restore the complete table. Our next task is to create a dynamic column chart overlaid on this table. We're now in the final phase of part 3, if and HLOOKUP, powering dynamic sales dashboards. We'll overlay a chart on this data table to visualize our data. My channel has a detailed video on creating charts and graphs, which you might find helpful. I'll create a chart quickly here. First, select cells A3 to F14. Then, go to the Insert tab on the ribbon. In the Charts group, choose a column chart that suits your project. I'll select this one. Now, I'll manually resize the chart to make it larger. Finally, here's our rendered graph. While the chart looks nice, it's difficult to get a precise understanding of the data at a glance. To make it clearer, we'll use our year, month, and KPI drop-down menus. Let's start with the year drop-down. We're currently viewing data for 2024. I'll change the year to 2023, then to 2022, and finally to 2021. Notice how the chart dynamically adjusts with each change. Now, let's test the month drop-down. Currently, all months is selected. I'll change it to January. We now see a column graph showing units sold, cost, sale, and profit for January 2021. Changing the month to February updates the graph to show the same metrics for February 2021. Once again, I am selecting the option All Months. Next, we'll use the KPI drop-downs. All KPIs are currently active. Let's say we want to see only units sold for 2021. We select No for cost, sale, and profit in their respective drop-downs. The chart now displays only units sold for 2021. Suppose we want to see only cost for 2022. We change the year to 2022, select cost, and select No for units sold. The chart now shows only cost for 2022. To see only sale for 2023, we change the year to 2023, select sale, and select no for cost. The chart displays only sale for 2023. Finally, to see only profit for 2024, we change the year to 2024, select profit, and select no for sale. The chart now shows only profit for 2024. As you can see, we can view each KPI individually or in combination. This is the power of a dynamic KPI dashboard. I believe this approach effectively demonstrates how to create a dynamic KPI dashboard, solving with advanced if and HLOOKUP. What do you think? Share your feedback in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like, share it with your network, and subscribe to my channel for more Excel tips and tutorials. Happy Dynamic KPI Dashboarding, Part 3. I'll see you in the next video.